Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Tuesday update, recorded on the 19th of November. High pressure is trying to move into the country, but is struggling to. And at the same time, we've got storms down over the Southern Ocean. Between these highs and lows, the windy westerlies blow through. And you can see it very clearly here. Windy west to southwest winds. They tilt more northwest around the central part of the country and Cook Strait. So this map today, the energy map, basically shows you where the strongest winds are. So some pretty strong north to northeasterly winds offshore between high pressure and low pressure around the Chathams to the north there. And then we've got high pressure south of Australia, storms down near Antarctica, and so the big windy conditions move up across the country. We are in the roaring 40s, or at least this line here, going through past Whanganui and Manawatu southwards. That is the roaring 40s, and so this is normal to get these big windy conditions out of the Southern Ocean, even in November, and sometimes through until December. And this year, I think that is quite likely. We're going to see a spring pattern lingering through into December. So let's have a look at the rainfall on the way. We do have that cold front coming out from the southwest. Here's how we are this evening, and then we go through Wednesday. As that wet weather moves northwards, it falls apart to just a few showers. And then you see here, going into Thursday, now comes the next surge. This is the colder portion on Thursday for the South Island. And once again, it falls apart over the North Island. Just a few showers there coming through with that southwesterly flow. Some of them might clip the east as well as the west in both of the main islands. But generally speaking, by the time we get here, Friday, 6:30 in the morning, you can see we've got a southwesterly flow over the country. There is high pressure over in the Tasman and the showery stuff moving out to the east. So let's break that down. Here we are, 1 o'clock Wednesday. You can see the first surge of showery weather coming through. High pressure over Tasmania and big stormy stuff down here next to Antarctica. Perfect recipe to be dredging up this windy weather. And of course, because it's coming from well south of us, you'll get that colder airflow coming through more so overnight Wednesday going across Thursday. So here on Wednesday, it's warm in a number of places before the change arrives. Temperatures do drop a wee bit in the South Island. Not too cold for most of you, but they do generally drop on where they've been today. Rain and showers around both of the main islands, but mostly around the South Island. We've got some showers on the western side of the North Island, but should be dry and mild over along in the east. Thursday's when the coldest pulse of the airflow comes through. So temperatures drop in the South Island, and because the winds curve here a bit southeasterly, that drives in rain to Canterbury as well, Southland Otago again, getting more wet weather. And then we'll see that colder airflow with the southerly coming into Wellington later. And then so perhaps later into Thursday afternoon and evening, see that front moving through in the afternoon, there is a colder southerly coming in later on. So there might be a few showers that come into the eastern side, perhaps towards nighttime or overnight for the eastern North Island. And by Friday, it's gone. Most of it's gone out to sea, even clearing away from the Chathams. But now we've got a weather pattern we're going to have to get used to a wee bit. High pressure is parked in the Tasman. It's such a big high, it's struggling to move too fast. We've got low pressure down here, so that encourages the squash zone, the windy sou'westers. So they'll be blowing around some parts of New Zealand. Others in the east may be quite pleasant once these showers just clear away from the top of the North Island or that northeastern corner. So going into the weekend, you're going to notice these maps look a little similar over the weekend. High pressure in the Tasman. We've got southwesterlies around here, maybe a little bit of low pressure around. That doesn't look like much. Generally speaking, just showers coming up, perhaps on both sides of the coast, both western and eastern sides. But it won't be much. So even if you do have a few showers, it's not going to add up to very much. We go through to Sunday, similar story. Those showers that were in the south perhaps move around a wee bit here to the north. Worth just keeping an eye on what might happen there for the northeastern corner. Nothing serious, it doesn't look it, but just there could be a heavy shower or two in there. Otherwise, the high is in charge. And when we kick off next week, we basically see more of the same. So it's an unsettled pattern, but we are seeing some of these big high pressure zones coming back into the mix. But like I said yesterday, while we still see these big low pressure zones down over the Southern Ocean hugging Antarctica, between the highs and the lows, the windy spring-like westerlies carry on and they surge up and down on the map, depending on where the high pressure zones are and the lower pressure zones are. Those winds just surge up and down, the temperatures surge up and down, and that's why we call it a spring-like pattern, and that may well carry on into December this year. That is all from me for today. Programming note, no video tomorrow, Wednesday. We've got other commercial commitments, I'm sorry. But we are back on Thursday So we'll see you then.